Here's another Keepsake Crafts video for House of Gems. Today we're making a pair of earrings with great rustic appeal, shaping and hammering wire. So the first thing we're going to do is shape the small round loop at the top of our wire. And I'm going to use these pliers, and I'm going to put the wire a little past, and I'm just going to wrap, and you just keep tightening as you twist and then loosen to move. I want my loop to be round all the way around, because there's a point that you reach where you can't make it round anymore. You see where this is straight here. So I made sure I made it round past that so I can cut off that straight bit. So I'm going to use a fairly large oval in this set, the 26mm by 20mm. And I'm going to place the top of my loop right up here and just wrap around the mandrel. And just like in the loop, I'm going to go past where I want to be so that the wire is rounded nicely. Cut the wire right where it meets that loop. And then I'm going to repeat up here on the loop. Now the next step is to bring in your bench block and your chasing hammer, and then it's just a matter of pounding all around to flatten this out. Going till it's flattened out and you have a nice even thickness all around. And if you like, you can use the rounded side of your hammer and give it this nice hammered finish, pounding all around, and you'll have to do both sides to do that. Once that's done, you can take your file and go in and file off those ends. And you may have to use a pair of pliers to twist that end in so that it meets the frame neatly. So now that you've hammered to your heart's content, have shaped your frames the way you like them, and have filed those edges smooth, it's time to add beads. So now for the beads, we need our fine gauge wire, and we're going to take one end of our piece of fine gauge wire and we're going to wrap it around the end of the frame with the split 3 or 4 times, nice and tight, and then trim off the excess wire. And then string on a bead and hold the bead to the outside of the frame. And then the way I like to wrap wire on a closed frame is I poke up a loop with my finger, and that way you have much less chance of getting kinks. If you find you have a loop crossed over itself, stop right away and uncross that loop, because a loop is a kink waiting to happen. So then we're going to wrap around 2 full wraps between each bead. And then string on another bead. So once again, hold the bead and then again poke up the wire and then wrap. And just repeat, going all the way around your frame, and then when you end the way you began with 3 or 4 nice tight wraps. So once you've finished all your wraps, you just need to add your ear wire. Use a pair of chain nose pliers to twist it open. Insert the loop of your frame, twist the ear wire closed, and you're done.